Welcome back everyone to a brand new video. Now sit down and listen. Today, we're learning something that is very irrelevant to you guys, but very relevant to me. As this time, we're going over the anime that changed my life. Yep, one single anime did that. Changed my whole life. You see, I wasn't always a troubled degenerate. I used to be normal. I would play outside with my friends, learn how to ride a bike, how to swim, spend some time with my family, and all the other things normies do. But one day, it all changed. Before we continue, you guys need to understand some of my backstory. My mom grew up in France before getting married to my dad and moving to Canada, and all her family still lives there. So when I was young, we would often go there to see my grandparents and have a family vacation. But one summer we were there and I got hurt really bad. I was trying to look cool at a skate park on my BMX and I fell really bad. Bad enough that I couldn't move or get out of bed for 2 weeks. Little me thought that it was the end of my vacation and everything was ruined. What would I do for 2 weeks staying in bed while all my friends were playing outside? Little did I know, I would stumble upon something that would change me forever. Full Metal Alchemist. And please, before you start screaming, which one? The good one or the bad one? Well, obviously it was the good one. The original one, that is. Hehehe. I was only 8 years old at the time, so anime was basically a concept unknown to me. The closest I've been to watching an anime at the time was an episode of Captain Tsubasa that I watched on a random TV channel and images of Son Goku that I printed to draw on. Now back to 8-year-old me, sitting in bed, bandages all over my body, can't move for 2 weeks, and I've got nothing else to do but watch TV, eat, shit, and sleep. Realizing that I had nothing else to do for the days to come, I turned on the TV and started browsing the channels. I stumbled upon one that runs anime and music for 24/7, which was very weird to me. But I didn't ask questions, it wasn't my country. I just selected the channel and started watching. And guess what had just started running on there? You're goddamn right, Full Metal Alchemist. I was so lucky. Episode 1 just aired that same day, and the show was running for the next 2 weeks. So I sat there and I gobbled that shit up like it was the cure to all my suffering. If you've watched Full Metal Alchemist, the original version that is, you can understand why I would not recommend that to an 8-year-old. But my parents, they did not know better. When they would walk past the TV, all they would see was cartoons and nothing else. At first, I didn't quite get it. I didn't understand what was happening, and for me it was basically nonsense and it was hard to follow the story. But I kept watching. I had nothing else better to do. I was stuck in bed and the TV was my best friend. And then came episode 3. Oh boy, when that part of the episode kicked in, believe me, I was shitting my pants. My whole body was in fight or flight mode. You know what I'm talking about? That scene where 2 kids casually try to revive their mother and end up losing their body, limbs, and summon a chimera instead of a mother. I mean, I can still remember it today. I was feeling sick to my stomach, but weirdly enough, at the same time, I wanted more. It's like feeling something you've never felt in your life, but just because it's different, you want more. I wonder if people react the same way with crack. Oh, shit. Sorry kids, we're getting off topic here. So naturally, as every 8-year-old would do, I kept watching. I wanted more. I wanted to know what happens next. Will they achieve their goal? Will Alphonse ever get his body back? Will their mom ever come back to life? There was only one way of knowing, and it was through trauma and fear. The days went on to pass, one after the other, episode after episode, one emotional roller coaster following another. I started to feel older, wiser, as if I was growing up with every episode passing. I would learn about things that I didn't even know existed. I would see people suffering in ways I couldn't even imagine. And I fucking loved it. I loved all of it. I wanted more. Every day I would wake up and just wait for the episodes to start. I would do nothing else but think about Full Metal Alchemist. I dreamt about it when falling asleep. I thought about what the next episode would be like when the show wasn't even running. I was addicted. Remember, this was my first experience with an anime. My first real experience watching an anime from beginning to end. And I'll admit, it's one of the worst first animes to watch. The story is completely disjointed and the story doesn't even follow the manga. But that's a debate for another day. Fast forward 2 weeks and I'm still in bed, not moving, in front of the TV, and I'm waiting for the last episode to air. All that build up, all those made-up endings in my head. What will happen? How will it end? Will it be a good ending? Please don't let it be a bad ending. If it's a bad ending, I'll break. And then the last episode came and went. How fucking dare you end things like this? How dare you make me go through all of these emotions? To end things like this? You had no right to send Edward back to hell with his dad. And Alphonse forgetting everything and coming back to being a kid? How dare you show us Alphonse running after a butterfly and laughing as if nothing ever happened? He lives freely because he has no recollection of what happened. But us the viewers, we know everything. We all know what really happened, and yet he runs, he laughs, as if life is only beginning for him. As if the world wasn't the horrible place he's lived in for the past years. As if his brother did not just give away his life to save him. So I just sat on the bed, looking at the window, questioning life and my place on this earth. We took the plane back home, and I came back a changed man. Well, kid, you know what I mean. Alright, class is dismissed. Thank you for staying and watching. If you enjoyed the video and you would like to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. See you all on the next one.